I challenge them today, Courtney. If that is not the playbook they're working by, release the money. You hear what the people and when Keisha say? When the people and go to the NIS office and they could place them, they are being told that there is no money. You are the most dishonest creature Jamaica has ever had.
So
send this go CNN. Send this all over BBC. Make them show them a murder woman in a Jamaica. Send it all out.
We're coming through. We're coming through. Reverse the curve. Send back the order. Reverse the curve. Send back the order. Where he come from? Anywhere he come from. If a Jamaica, if a Clarendon, if a St. Thomas he come from, St. Mary, send it back, send it back. We don't want to hear ya. Come out of Jamaica, leave we Highland, leave Jamaica, leave Jamaica. Mr. Leave Jamaica. We are going to know Jamaica.
I'm not sorry, no, me not sorry. Me listen to Pdtv show.
Put up Pdtv there.
So many things I did not know until I tuned in on this show. I'm not sorry.
Oh yes.
No, me not sorry.
Oh yes.
No, me not sorry.
No, you have to sing it. Wait. Let me drop some gems. You see, everyone that is born in Jamaica, outside of a compound, if you are a landowner, if you have a title, let me say it this way. If you have a title, it is important to know that if you check that title, Jamaica, you will see holder. You will see the word holder. You will never see the word owner. That is the first thing. Because you are a holder of land in this country, Jamaica, you can do whatever you want with it. As long as you upkeep the property and you pay your property tax. Let me say it again. Any property you own in this country, as long as you upkeep the property and you pay your property tax, you have uninterrupted access and use of your land. Anything you want to do with it, you do with it, Jamaica. Anything at all. Having said that, the compound town and everything in that border don't pay property tax. I just the truth we are going to talk. No. They don't pay property tax. They are the owners of the land. Let me say it again. A compound town are the owners of that land. Government renewing push to extract rare earth elements from red mud. If you go to a compound and its environments, and since you have been watching Pdtv for so long, where is the biggest spotting or sighting of natural resources? Where is it? No, St. Elizabeth? Which part? St. Elizabeth. Which part are compound there? No, St. Elizabeth? It shows to reason then Jamaica. This Prime Minister has a vested interest in a compound. This Prime Minister has a vested interest in a compound. So I down there, rare earth minerals down there. No wonder why you try nice up him and you try build all house So watch this now in Jamaica. You find time to go down to St. Elizabeth, go give the people them house, land, bucket, dirt, dirty bucket. Remember the dirty bucket when in the give out? You go find time for you give the people them bucket and the whole of them thing here. You find the time to do all of that. But you don't find the time to fix the other parts of Western Jamaica.
What can go so?
You are not the Prime Minister of a compound. Their compound has a kernel. You have to go through them. You have to go through the kernel to get to the people. When you see police, and normally man alone then killing you. I saw the video. I saw the video of him pulling the trigger, Jamaica. I saw the video.
Help. We key out of the ladder.
We need your divine intervention.
I saw the video. Put up the Prime Minister picture. Put it up. Prime Minister, if I don't hear you name that officer that did what he did, he needs to be named. Find Kevin Blake picture. That officer needs to be named. We need his name. Me no want nobody ask me about now why. He needs to be. You need to go. Look how long we are asking body worn cameras. You need to go. Got your yard better. I saw the video when he pulled the trigger. What does the man I say? One police, because you are defending them, just killed someone. Just murdered someone. What you say?
What can go so?
What is this man saying to me? If you cannot manage a portfolio, got your yard, brother. Go on your yard. Go home now, man. These are the same people. The same knife will stick sheep, stick goat, you know.
But Mashi, if the camera never did it, say, you know.
God, how would the woman shoot after them?
You would hear say the woman violate them in a Mashi.
Yes, man.
Mashi, if the camera never did it, say, you know. Can you imagine how the narrative would have been spin that Latoya Bulging was doing this to the police and doing that to the police? And the little camera in the corner catch it, you know. And the little camera make Jamaica know how they murdered Latoya, you know.
Jesus Christ.
And I am saying no. When will the Jamaican people respond? Latoya Bulging never deserved this. Latoya Bulging, we must put away political preferences right now. Labour Party, PNP, Independent. We're talking about Jamaicans now dying at the hands of the police because the police have become militarized by this state. Andrew Holness and Horace Chang and the Commissioner of Police have given them the power to run, reign and supreme in this country. And now it's time, Marshy, for them to tap. He must, Marshy, and a frontline duty, I'll do him to go if come off of him.
No, the man must be arrested, man, and no bail granted to the man. No bail. None. This is straight murder.
I have been saying to you all, be prepared for what is to come. And you all wonder what I'm talking about. This man literally taking Netanyahu ways of how him deal with the Israelis carried here. And it's the same thing him a do to the Jamaican people them.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament.
He look at you as a meat die maker. He look at you as a shoot and explain after. And when I told you, when a woman can be murdered by a police, murdered in cold blood. They were there demonstrating for the 17-year-old who they murdered last week. This Jamaica too much now. Yes, Miss Winnie.
Jesus Christ. Andre, the Prime Minister should be arrested. The Deputy Prime Minister, they gave the police the opportunity, the privilege to kill and ask questions later. The two of them need to be arrested today. He said, the Prime Minister said what? Use a Prime Minister and use a Deputy Prime Minister, tell the police to kill and meet thy maker or something. So you shouldn't have said that, Andrew Honest. You've got two sons. Would you like a police to go and kill them and then answer later?
Miss Winnie, this is cruelty to humanity.
When I heard about the killing and I see the clip,
I can't even show the clip. I can't even show the murder on my YouTube. So if you don't want to see the murder, go in my WhatsApp channel. You will see how the police cold-heartedly did what he did. He opened fire. The woman was in the vehicle, Jamaica, and he opened fire on her.
Twice, because
Help.
that they used to analyze a little young man and take, but Indicom need to come out of Jamaica. Indicom not doing nothing. The policeman should be arrested immediately. That is cold-blooded murder, sir. How do you sleep? How do you sleep knowing you do that to a woman and even a boy? In cold-blooded murder. They did that to that young man that opened the door. They did that
when he murdered her, Mama Winnie, and how he pull her out her vehicle and put her in the Jeep. I can't never say that. Justice, Mama Winnie! Justice! Murderer!
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
To be arrested, and Andrew Honest and that half Chinese man to be arrested. Killing too many young people and this lady. My God Almighty. I hope 50 years wouldn't be good enough for you, sir, as a policeman. You swear to protect the people of Jamaica, and you take her out like you drawing out a dead pig. She's a human being. My God, I cried. When I was telling my husband I have to show him. But it didn't, I could. Lord Jesus Christ, oh my God.
Send this to CNN. Send this all over BBC. Make them show them a murder woman in a Jamaica. Send it all out. Me ask the students them. Send it in the international news. Ball
out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus.
And even if men get abused, I know you love people. Please take it easy. The tears are in my eyes for that lady and her family. Mighty God of Daniel, Mr. Mark Golding, please do something. Mighty God. Oh Lord.
Enough, all the opposition they on a press conference. No time. We take it up to the streets, Miss Winnie. No time, we mash it up. No time, we mash them down.
Do you see what internet do the government, the PNP use? They break. You couldn't watch the press conference in peace. Keep breaking it. But Mr. Mark Golding, sir, I love you as a son, even though from another mother. You and the PNP must take this to the street. This is the sixth cold-blooded murder I've seen since Andrew Olney take power. And those policemen not get arrested and charged and put in the prison. Give the order for the killing. You give the order. You and Chang give the order for the killing. Otherwise, this policeman would not have done it. You give the order. You, Prime Minister, and you, Arthur Chinese man. You give it. You both should see prison before this policeman. Okay, Andre, I go on here.
Let me play one song. Let me play one song first before no call me.
See them lying there.
Let me play one song. Everybody, hello, good day.
Yeah. Fire, keep the fire going, teacher. This is enough. We can't take no more. Enough is enough.
All right, my friend.
The fire blazing, teacher. Enough is enough.
To the streets!
You need to come out from Upper Granville and come down to the airport, go in front of the resort. Them go line the road, come out and ball out for the people. Them people come out on the road. Enough is enough.
All right, my friend.
Right now.
All right, blessings. Let me play this song. Let me play this song before everybody else today.
Wait.
Murderer! Nobody not call me now. Nobody not call me. Murderer! 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 In front of one of the resort them! In front of the resort them, we are going it! Murderer! Load the pint. Murderer! Shoulder, kill like today, you have to kill like tomorrow. Jamaica, when I said to you, I'm going to call the leader of the opposition when we finish. May I make it known? I am going to let Mr. Golding know that it's not a press conference we need right now. We don't need for garden house go show up. We're going to show up down at Granville with the people them. We're going to show up at Western Jamaica with the people them. Who agree with me, Jamaica? Too much agwan. Too much agwan. Remember, so the police allegedly murdered the 4-year-old down there, you know. And a CM partner draw TV help bury the 4-year-old, you know. Not even the government assisted in burying the 4-year-old in Jamaica. A 17-year-old was murdered in the same spot last week down there, you know. And now Buju, you come for murder Buju. Come shatakuda. No. Enough is enough. I don't know about no, but you see your opposition at a press conference with Anti-Clarity Andre. The opposition, me tell them, me no press conference mode. Blood and fire now, Jamaica. Who remember when I spoke to you about the power of the red mud? It is now coming to light, Jamaica, that the government plans to do serious investments in the red mud. The same red mud that they have abused the people. The same red mud, Courtney, that so many people have been affected by it. That people just come extract what they need to extract from the backside, go with it, and they know that the red mud itself has some serious components. But Jamaica, when I say to you, Jamaica, that this man will do anything for his survival. This man will do anything for his survival. They're going after the red mud, Courtney. They're going after the lands to get the red mud. But the red mud is not the only thing they want. You hear what Chief Richard throughout the entire conversation saying, protect the land, protect the people. So one, they're going after the red mud. Two, they're going after the oil. And a long time me I teach, you know. But no found no head too hard like this wicked government.
I am willing to work with Dr. Maziki Thame, Senator, to work on a private member's motion, which she has already started some work on, to having that come again before the Parliament. The thing is, it still has to go before the Standing Order Committee, which again is chaired by the Speaker. But I'm hoping that having gone through this exercise, that the Speaker and the other members of the government would find it fit to permit or not block something like this, something that will allow us to have the people of Jamaica hear themselves in Parliament. So now they're seeing themselves because we have more female representatives, and so there is balance. So you can see, if you're a woman, you can see a woman in Parliament representing themselves. If you're a man, you can see a man. If you're a youth, you can see a youth representing themselves. Right now, if you're black, you can see one. If you're a little fair, you can see somebody representing you. Why not also be able to hear yourself in Parliament? And that's what we were trying to do. Because, Andre, what a big thing that has been coming out of, as I've been trying to navigate this portfolio, is the need for what someone, I won't name him, but he called a cultural translator. He says that there is the need for someone who can interpret, if you will, and translate the concerns of the people in their language and in their reality into Parliament, while also translating Parliament back to the people. So too often our institutions sound so culturally distant from the people they are set up to serve.
When I told you, be prepared for what is to come, many of you said, teacher, what you mean by it? Now, Courtney, they're all seeing. No found in the diaspora. I feel clean shit. I feel work called 2-3 jobs. For send home $10, $15, $20, $50, Courtney, $100. Many of whom donated to him. And I repeatedly said to you, do not send the government any money.
2%. Wickedness starting up.
And all he did, because I know said Pdtv and Spice and Vibes Cartel, Sean Paul, World Kitchen I do it him saying, make me cool lamp on this day. Make me, you hear one second? Make me hold lamp on it, baby. Just to use a little bit. Cause local government election are come up. Ekon Shata Courtney. Tifinanjo! Tifinanjo!
Ball out! Whoa! Yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the Parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief.
Because I'm going to put the money in our escrow account. And all the money till close to local government election, me release some. I make the council them look good so me can take back the whole of the municipality them. Jamaica only not see him playbook. Me know him playbook, so make me tell you him playbook. It now work this time, Jamaica. We must demand the people their money. You see, I only will send the 6.1. You see, the Jamaican people have no need to do nothing, you know. But you see, the diaspora will send the 6.1 million US dollar. They almost 1 billion Jamaican dollar. On the call President Trump and tell them, say, the government of Jamaica land down the money. Now use it for where it must go. Ball!
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything.
Go and say it again, Jamaica. He is keeping the money to go use the money in election time. I challenge him today. I challenge them today, Courtney. If that is not the playbook they're working by, release the money. You hear what the people have when Nikisha said? When the people go to the NIS office and they could place them, they are being told that there is no money. No money. Number 5. Thief. Number 5. Come here. Number 5. Thief. Number 5. Number 5. Come here. Number 5.
5A name.
5A.
Yeah. New name 5A.
5A.
Andrew. They're not
Thief in Andrew.
Yeah, 5A.
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 5A Jamaica. That is his new name.
A new name now.
Ball out! 5A!
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
5A Jamaica. 5A Thief in Andrew. Thief in Andrew. Thief. Very thief Jamaica.
See that people say 5A name. If not get ready style.
You see Jamaica?
We kill.
When a man can be this cruel. You remember I talk about I don't like to see how my people look on the screen. Them look like beggars and this and that, and people taking pictures of them and this and that. Why you never fix it and go give the people them the house? Why never fix it and give the people them the opportunity to give them the roof and give them the food and give them the zinc and give them the black and give them? You never see it honest. You are the most dishonest creature Jamaica has ever had. Jamaica, I'm going to say we have the power of the pen and the paper. If all of you write to President Trump and Secretary Rubio, they can launch an investigation. They can launch an investigation into the operations of Jamaica. It's the worst Jamaica's ever been. It's the worst Jamaica's ever been. Them say Buju Jamaica was the eyewitness to Tajay's murder. A 17-year-old who was murdered on Mother's Day. It is further alleged that Buju was the one that took up the spent shells and carried them to Indicom.
What can go so?
Good friend them.
And I'm going to say to you all, Jamaica, she never deserved this death, Courtney. So it is said that Buju stood up And she was demonstrating. She was demonstrating for a life of a youth that was slain. Her body, Jamaica, after he shot her, after he murdered her, after he did all of that, Jamaica, after he did all of that, Courtney, he took her lifeless body and threw her, Courtney, lifeless.
Help. We Tiada.
Buju is the 117th murder on the land. Granville again, Courtney. Granville again. Last week they murdered in that same square. In that same square, Courtney, in Jamaica. Same square. 17-year-old Tajay was murdered. One of you tonight who is listening to my voice, your family is a part of the 117 murdered by the Commissioner of Police. Murdered by Andrew Holness. And murdered by Horace Chang. Jamaica. 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 Listen me and listen to me well. When a government can enable policemen to murder women, is a clear sign of a failed state. Owners are laid back. I mean, nobody has said tomorrow I could go long and chant Babylon. But the Rasta man them there.
Yes.
With the radical Christians them there. With the radical advocates them there. With the women organizations them there. With the children groups them there. That is the modus operandi of late of the police force. Don't you see the videos right across Jamaica? This is not a one-off case why Jamaicans are like this, you know. This has become the new norm, how the police are dealing with the average citizen.
Why can't it be fixed? We think we are now in the modernized age. So why can't it be fixed?
You know how you're going to fix it? It has to fix through the executive. The executive has given an order. That is the politics, right? The executive has given an order. Shoot to kill. Meet thy maker, right? The executive policy has to therefore change first for the operation to be different. So you have to first get rid of this government. That is how it's going to be fixed.
Okay, Professor. I am in class. I'm learning.
All right. So the next time you go to the polling station, you're going to follow where your teacher say and vote out this dirty labor right government. Because they are the ones killing off your little picnic them. Your husbands, your matey, your wives, your daughters, your children these days. They are the ones enabling the crime. And a gunman enable crime again. A police, legal gunman enable crime. All right?
So we need better service from the police force.
And therefore, if we're getting better service from the police force, the commissioner of police need to go, the minister of national security needs to go, and the prime minister needs to go, and by extension, the Labour Party government needs to go. Do you agree, my student?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But let us see how they will address this matter, because it doesn't look good on Jamaica.
All right. We are now 48 hours in the matter, and I know you don't hear from the government. You hear anything from the government?
I haven't heard anything, but we're
And
here
you are
now.
not going to, them going to make it turn. Them going to put it under the carpet and make Dana Morris Dixon come out tomorrow with a Gugu Gaga and Dora the Explorer explanation and further insult the Jamaican people. You hear what I said to you?
Professor, Dana needs to know what she's coming to address us with, because we are expecting to get interest. We're not expecting to get foolishness from her. So
well, I want to ask you, from she has been there, have you getting anything substantive? Remember, she did tell you months ago, so the money never used, you know, with the think a lie, she had telling you, I think I slip at the tongue. And then see to come for true. The money never used because then did depend on people like Pdtv, Vibes, Cartel, Sean Paul, Spice and the whole away, where did that whole country and world kitchen. Yes, we don't never spend all the money because they try hide up the money for spend on election, lady.
Yeah, but look here, I need to commend you for the Mother's Day brunch. I didn't get to come because I was in Kingston, so I didn't get to come. But I endorsed it. I liked it, and I also thank you for helping those persons in over Westmoreland there, getting the houses and all of that. What you're doing, we thank you, Professor. We thank you.
All right, me Uptown Tootsie. I love you, my bono. No.
I love you, later.
It's one of the labor right them where once she was blind but she can see Jamaica. No call her no too much. No call her no. Jamaica, when that young lady spoke, the ancestors spoke through her. Queen Africa has gone silent. The voices of change in this country. Kabu, you can't be silent no more. The voices of liberation on the island cannot be silent anymore. Chief Curry, you have to get up now. You can't hibernate no longer, Chief Curry. Bujo, Spragga Benz, the voices of liberation in this country. She spoke the undiluted truth, Jamaica. They have desecrated and they have made all of these voices fear them. I am not afraid of them. I am not afraid of them, Jamaica. I am not afraid of them. If it takes me alone, I will do my part. I am not afraid of them. I know why people like Africa and Buju and all of them and Spragga, a lot of them are silent. I think about it. Because they had all warned you prior to the elections of what was to come. But many of you never took heed. So I know like Queen Africa just burn her big spliff and I say, ha, I did warn them. But as an agent that has to continue the mission and the work, Jamaica, I can't be like them. The ancestors say to me, no matter what, I have to keep talking. The God within me, the light that is within me. Remember years ago when Valrenita put my number in her phone, you know what she called me? Truth speaker. She said, Andre, no matter what, continue speaking truth. Many times, Jamaica, I feel like giving up. Many times I say to them, I don't want to talk. Many times I feel a spirit of resentment. But then there is a few who remind me, focus on your mission. You know what? Sometimes I feel like a scratch record. coming to a nation and everybody waiting to say, Andre go burn a fire tonight. If Andre don't burn the fire tonight, who go and take up the fire and burn it?
David was one of the greatest musicians. And I hear this musician playing. Give God glory music.
You all know I've empowered you as a nation. I've taught you as a nation. I've taught you as a people. Where is the fire? Where is the ancestral fire in you? The nanny spirit and the culture spirit. Every one of you wait at 8 o'clock to hear me. How many of you will stand? How many of you will do your protest? How many of you will stand like Marcus Messiah Garvey did? And many of the Maroons did? And Samuel Sharp did? Paul Bogle did? How many of you will stand as they did Jamaica? It cannot be that you only see me for satire and commentary. At Jamaica. I tell you all the time. If only some of us understood our assignment. There are people who I would want to stand with, but they have compromised themselves with some of the activities that they have done in this country. There are people out there that have the same fire, but they have compromised themselves, and I can't stand with them because of the lineage and the cloth that I'm bound to. I spoke about the fake China dollars in this country. Many of them say that they're women's right advocate and women's movement advocate. But where are they when we need them most? They are promoting them beauty line and them this and that and Ray and Tay. Where is this one? Where is Miss Kitty? Where is this one, Terry Carell? Where is Tammy Chin? Where is the Yendi Phillips? Where are all of these people when the time like this, Jamaica? When women should be standing up for women in this country? Where is Carleen Cooper and Faye Ellington? Faye Ellington came out so passionate about the culture of late. Equally, Faye Ellington should come out about what is happening against the women and the most vulnerable in our society. You know about me in Jamaica. I'm a split justice as justice must prevail. I split justice as justice must prevail in this country. But if it was ISO Speed and all of them, they would have been running talking about the Jamaican culture and the Jamaican this and the Jamaican that. But the Jamaican people are suffering in this country. Majority of the Jamaican people, watch you people. Watch you people. The majority of Jamaican people support you people. Where is the Prime Minister's wife? We know she doesn't have a heart. Where are the parliamentarians? Where is Babsy Grange? Nobody is talking and condemning the act. Where is Miss Kitty? Sika Miss Kitty still depend CVM. Where is Deion Jackson and Emily Shields? Many will have to suffer and many will have to die. It cannot be that everybody has selective outrage. I bet you say if this happened to one of them uptown privileged Jamaican women, you all would have heard them Jamaica coming out condemning this. Dread, I want to make sure you cut this and put it out for me tomorrow morning. I am challenging all of them. I am challenging all of them, Jamaica. I am challenging them all tonight, Jamaica. Where is the sisterhood to stand up for women in this country? Where is the sisterhood? All of you fake China dollies. Where is the sisterhood to stand up for this country? And stand up for the women and the vulnerable in this country? They're not going like me, you know, Jamaica. All of them, when Melissa Silvera, them talk about all they just stand up for sisterhood and this and that and Randy. I am calling them out tonight. You can't have selective outrage in this country. Too much fake China doll in this country. All I want to do is put up makeup and eyelash and this and that. And when you look, nothing about the Jamaican gene and the Jamaican women and the Jamaican children. Hell with you all now. Hypocrites and parasites. Sambalat and Tobias in this country. All I want to talk about BBL and makeup and this and that. Nothing about the Jamaican gene and the Jamaican women. Where are they to condemn it, Jamaica? Where is the public defender, Jamaica? Where is the public defender? The public defender getting millions of dollars each year.
You see, if you can't fix this, what happened to Buju and what happened to the Jamaican people, mark my word, you will never win another election. You will come out just like how you see Siaga did in there and have to step down. Maybe you don't realize you inherit that from Siaga. I never did Bruce in a show. You're never ready, right? So Bruce get it. But now that you get it from Bruce, because now them see where you could have take it on. This is what you stand up and watch it happening over the Jamaican people. And you sanction it. Well, let me tell you something. It could have been me who defend people. All right? Who stand up for people. Right? Just like I stand up for like Jaden Smith. I could have did me. But let me tell you something, man, Joe, on this. As a labor right. I labor right before you. Let me tell you that. Because I'm older than you. I mean, in politics, I'm 14. If you cannot fix this publicly, internationally, with the Jamaican people and the wider diaspora, you cannot represent Jamaica after this 4th year. Right? You get 5 year, you get 4 year to fix this. You get 4 years to fix this. And if you can't fix Buju's situation now as an activist or as a people, whether I did PMP or I did labor right, it is human rights. I want to take the rights of the people them and feel like say untouchable and God Almighty. But I'm telling you something. This need to fix. This could not happen at Edward Siaga. Watch. Couldn't. I remember when Jamaica did a run this way already. And Siaga fixed that after the 80s election. Well, me I going to tell you now, you and your owners need to fix this. You cannot give the police so much power and talk about them going to meet them maker. You know who? You know who? Yes, if a man doing criminal act and want to catch him in the line of act, fair enough. Fair enough if you're not defending your life. If you're not defending your life. Right? But none of them are behavior here. None of them are behavior here. We're not kill out the young people them. So we're going to take over. This is a plot to destroy Jamaica. Kill out the men. The country must fall. Because the man them fall. Watch on yourself, you know. Because God sit high and look down low, you know. Watch yourself, you know, Mr. Holness. Watch yourself, you know, and the Illuminati movement so I'm making, you know. Watch on yourself. Watch how not try to please the Illuminati against on people and humanity. Watch. You can't come kill me, you know. But me say when me see already and it done. You, if you don't fix this, you mark my word. Just like I'm tell you, you're going to become the Prime Minister. Mark my word, if you don't fix this, you will never win another election. You'll have to just pack your bag and go. Or make somebody step down and take over from you. You hear me, I warn you? You better fix this. Me I tell you this, this deep, you better fix this. Else you're going to see the repercussion of this. This is a wake-up call. Okay.
Shower labor rights, everything them touch turn bitter gall. Shower labor rights, everything them touch turn bitter gall. Ball out labor right.
Ball out. Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament.
Shower labor right. Shower labor right. Labor right on the wrong, on the disgusting, on the sick stomach. On is a set of tutsi, on is a set of criminal pandelan. When you choose Jamaica now suffer. She could have been lesbian, she could have been Batman, she could have been hermaphrodite, she could have been transgender. She have the right to life.
Exactly. The right to life.
She have the right to life.
Exactly. That's
and the sad thing about it, Marie, enough for them are live double life and batty life and transgender life. A man and woman, I cut them up at night time and I dig the hey, don't make a talk up some things over here, Marie. Cliff Hughes, you say that you're watching me tonight and you want apology from Andre Stevens. I want to tell you from now, Cliff Hughes, come kiss out my Bible. Come kiss out my Bible, Cliff Hughes. Cliff Hughes, the only apology you're going to get is come kiss out my Bible. I want to say this, Jamaica. The only apology you're going to get, Cliff Hughes, is for come kiss out my Bible. Jamaica. Upon coming to this show a few moments ago, dressing, right? I was going to put on my Pdtv shirt, but Courtney said, no, teacher. No. I said, Cliff Hughes, squashy boy, one of his little minions and boys, his goods, Said Bernard, sending me this demand letter for retraction of defamatory statement. Said Bernard, remember, say PNP make you do or make you look good, And ever since you go nationwide, you have become one quashy attorney. But Said Bernard, you're the little fish in the pond. We're going to deal with the big octopus and the big piranha tonight. Right, Courtney? Yeah. We're dealing with the big piranha. Call Smiley there and tell them come here, Jamaica. I said them send letter to me tonight again, Jamaica. So it's a thing now where it's either Abka or Said. So tomorrow it's going to be Marlon. Here what Said said, please note, sir, that you're expected to start from your show tonight apologizing. Said Bernard, come kiss out my Bible. We'll make sure, make a lesson be made of you once and for all. Cliff Hughes, we're going to make a lesson out of you for the tax write-off where you get for poor people. The $1.5 billion tax write-off, for that we want to know about Cliff Hughes. Cliff Hughes, say, claims that nationwide dictatorship was issued, and didn't I question? Me never say Courtney. Me question, me say me ears so them get notice. Me say me ears so them get notice, Jamaica. Now that means Courtney. Yeah. Me say me ears so only get notice from the digital building. If I no lie, prove I no lie, Jamaica. If I true, prove say I lie, me I tell. Yeah. Prove say I lie, me they tell. Mr. Courtney, yes, so I heard, is there any truth to the argument that you get notice from the digital building? Eviction notice, 90-day eviction notice. Or that become defamatory. Statement alleging that nationwide or associated parties receive 1.5 million in fake tax cuts. I never 1.5, Mr. Said Bernard. You must listen properly. Mr. 1.5 billion in a tax write-off. Now that everybody know about. Said Bernard, your company no one forget 1.5 billion what a tax write-off.
Ball out! Whoa, yo.
Cliff Hughes, you never get the tax write-off. Dirty, batty Jerry, and you never get the tax write-off, Cliff Hughes. Cliff Hughes, your company never. Cliff Hughes, isn't it a known fact that your company, the statutories for your workers are not being paid over? Cliff Hughes, isn't it a known fact that your statutories for your workers are not being paid over?
What can go so?
I go and ask Said Bernard and the Wallano, why not find one left nationwide news? And the truth sound and I get paid on time. You don't want me talk out to the business over there? Why record the books left over there? Why so much enough left going to government, Courtney? Why so much enough left going to government? The tax write-off that is said to have been given to nationwide. Prove to us that a lie with a tell. Prove to us that a lie with a tell, Courtney. And I want nationwide to be open its books in the courthouse. Prove to the Jamaican people and the court that you never get tax write-off of 1.5 billion. Me never said million tax, Said Bernard. Me say 1.5 billion. So you say you want to make a pub, you want to make an example of me. Why did Miss Kitty leave? When the mic, the Turner and Panara, Miss Kitty attack the things them about our statutories and our NHT whenever did appear over. Why not talk about that Cliff Hughes? Dirty stink, echo shatai. Dirty echo ndaba.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
Lock the fridge door and open the fridge door yet. Close up the fridge door. Close the fridge door.
You want me to go back for the tape when Miss Kitty a play?
What?
I ask them about find the tape. If we can't find the tape tonight, Ishmael. When Miss Kitty asks about her NHT and the statutories where they not appear over. I come and talk about me have 7 days. We apologize to you. Go and make an example. Go make an example of your nasty, dirty, wicked government. Go make an example of the pedophile them where you are arbor and I keep echo shanda basatai. The nasty, dirty sex party. One skin up pampo left, right, and center. Hey, don't make me start talking the nasty, dirty deeds. You see, when you see sleeping giants asleep, make them sleep. I say you, Said Bernard, I wouldn't be surprised you're in the batty business too. You know?
Number 2.
I wouldn't be surprised that you're one of them that is being groomed into the sea, you know. You look like you have the rudiments to be on the pole with them.
Number 2.
But I want to tell you, Said Bernard.
Number 2.
I wonder if he's one of his little boys.
Number 2. 31 and a half.
But I'm going to say Jamaica.
31 and a half.
I'm going to say this loud and clear. You will make sure an example out of me once and for all. So you want to make an example out of me, Cliff Hughes? Go make an example out of Andrew Holness. Go make an example out of all of them in the government that is robbing and thieving and looting. But you can't make an example of them because they're your bosses. You're minions to them, Cliff Hughes, because of the taxes and all of these things that you owe. Is it because of the continuous tax write-off, Cliff Hughes? You have to be at the whim and the fancies of the government. So I know you're watching. Come in the comments and let me know that you're watching so that my students can fix you and Said Bernard's business. I told people, when people say, oh, Andre Said Bernard at PNP, I said there's nothing about him look like a comrade. Him look like a bogus socialist. Bogus socialist. Can no socialist would have sit down and go work for Cliff Hughes station. Bogus socialist them. You remember when you send the one where they about Andre back off a Said Bernard and I said to your friend, any day the boy run for me again, I'm going to fix him business. Tonight I'm going to fix your nasty, dirty business. Said Bernard, I talk about you. You're not even signed the letter. You're not even signed the letter.
What can go so?
But true, you want to be center and focus. I bet you tomorrow morning I'm going to try answer me. But answer me if you're bad, Said Bernard. But you get scholarship, what do you have to go? She even scholarship for go. Not fun we talk about to scholar who is bogus. Bogus. 5-year government. 5-year regime. But I want to tell you, Said Bernard and Cliff Hughes and Dirty Batty Jerry, wanna come kiss out my Bible. Wanna come kiss out my Bible. Wanna turn round we and kiss out my Bible. The Leviticus, Jeremiah, Hezekiah, Habakkuk, Psalms, Revelations, Matthew 1, Matthew 2, Matthew 3, Matthew 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Luke, Mark, Titus, Timothy, 1 Peter, 2 Peter, Colossians, 1, 2, 3. When you come kiss up my Bible, come go up in a, hey, let me tell you where them a go. Them a go up in a Habakkuk and go up with the 12 different prophets of the Bible. When you come kiss up my Bible, all set of Tutsi and Reptobate and Crowbate. Mark Shields, a Peter Phillips carrier come here to make you think you're king. Mark Shields. Because the government give you big work what they you talk the way you talk. And your wife, who must be a voice of reasoning in the country, as a journalist, a part of the fourth estate, questioning and theorizing, how could this have been? What has your wife and you done? Only in a spry fitness gym, Courtney. A bus champion in a gym. And the poor people in this country suffering like dogs. I'm going to say this to you all, Jamaica. Marvin Edgar said it beautifully. If all of us, if we had one of Andre, or one of a Marvin, another Shelly Curran, another Dre Bryan, another Conrad Bryan Courtney, another Talk Your Mind, another Wayne Lonesome, another Hot Topic, another Bolo, another London 45, another Dre Bryan, another Antigen, another Colin Bell, another Mystic Sensation, another Michelle Bradshaw, another Wilfred Rattigan, another Mama San, another Bert Derval. And if we could beautifully come together, Jamaica, if we could beautifully come together, put away selfish egos and put away our differences. On a lack common sense, lack understanding, and lack reasoning ability and knowledge. If you were reasoning the right way, your first line of argument is, how did the police dealt with a woman like that? How did the police use of force apply? What is the use of force to use your gun? How did the police end up just taking out his gun, pointing it, not even warning, pointing it and shot? It is clear that the woman was targeted. It is clear as day, Courtney, that the woman was targeted. You have forensic men and people who say Andrea must read out if something is so long. But the point is, Jamaica, when you look at how the police are targeting, the police first come up in a mask, then they have no body camera. You know, the first set of women who have come out is the PNP Women's Movement, asking where's the body camera? Where are the other women's group in this country who should be condemning this act? We're not going to wait until the farm caucus and the story done dead 5, 15, 10 days after. I will say it again. It should not even have to reach the point where a man had to take it upon himself to say he's going to defend Buju's family. It should have been a woman who have human rights interests. Should say, no, this is cruelty to the woman's gender. I need to take up this case because it affects women. Jamaica has the second highest femicide rate in the world. Her name is Latoya Bulgin. She deserves justice. So Donna Marie, go. Rather than you post that bullshit. It is bullshit you posted today, Donna Marie, go. And it's because many of you lack the intellectual deficiency why you post those bullshits for likes and views. Say her name, Jamaica. What's your name, Courtney? Natalia Bulgin. What we want? Justice. When we need it. Now.
Like, no.
When we need it. Now. It was intentional to murder that woman. The intellectual deficiency. How could you as a woman post something like that? Asking Jamaicans what is their views on that. Because you want 2 likes and views. I hear somebody what they hear now. Say, you have lost your viewership. So you have to find different ways to try to maintaining the viewership. Every time I try to give you credit, you do something. You do something to trigger people. How you as a poor people defender could post some nasty gibberish and garbage like that? 135 Jamaicans have been murdered this year, Donna Marie Go. As a defender for the poor people in this country. You're in the United States where you have access to so many voices up there. Why don't you keep a town hall meeting and use your platform for people to come and talk about police brutality and police wickedness and cruelty in this country? How we can better this country in this country? Why you as influencers can't take up on a platform and talk about a better way for Jamaica? You hear say the 1.8% was used. How you not using a platform to talk about how the government has been deficient and inefficient in its use of the Hurricane Melissa's money? How many of you as influencers in this country, whether you talk about the realities being faced by poor people, all of you talking about to have influencers, J.A. Yeah. One not do cooking show, one not do this, one not do that. And when you look, half of who look on the cooking show, not even can name a good damn plate of food in the country. Almost 2 million people in the country can't get a damn good plate of food to eat on an average basis. Jamaica, I am hurt. Where is Karen Cross to condemn the act? Where is Natalie Stack to condemn the act? Where is Mr. Vegas to condemn the act despite being a labor right? You can't do that because you are all paid by the Jamaica Labour Party to carry a narrative that the girl was a lesbian and the girl was a gun girl. None of you have the... It's one thing. PNP can't carry gibberish, come tell me. Me now one of them PNP, the slackness are going in a PNP, me go talk it out, Courtney. I may go in on my party privately and tell them, say, this not look good, this need for fix. I'll fix it immediately. I have an open line with the General Secretary of the PNP. If me see something when me approve of, me say, Jen, say, that not look right. And him say, all right, Andre, we see how we can fix it. But I'm not going to be one of those people when wrong I do and corruption I go do. Me going to hug up and nice and like it up and nice it up, Courtney. Jamaica. It's important that we use emotional intelligence. But many of you don't understand what it means to be emotionally intelligent. Many of you don't know what it means to have compassion. But you who are talking, it's evident you don't know the realities being faced by many Jamaicans. In the last 5 years, there have been almost 100+ increase in police fatal shootings in this country. When you looked at the video, madam, you made this video in relation to what happened to Buju. When you looked at what happened to Buju, Buju wasn't contesting with the police. Buju wasn't fussing with the police. She was making an attempt to drive off the scenes. Am I telling her right or wrong, Jamaica? But some of you need to go have a seat.
Sit down.
Some of you are intellectually deficient. Intellectually deficient. Not proficient. Deficient. You lack a deficiency. And that is called common sense. You hear what them lack, Courtney? Common sense. Understanding. And knowledge. You know, some know me in a one good spirit, but me still in a one bad spirit for Lataya. But me have to celebrate Althea Leng's 70th birthday. When you see the creative work what me do for Althea Leng's 70th birthday. When you see the creative, I want to tell Althea Leng happy birthday for me. She's 70. You know, she was the Essence magazine cover. And Jamaica, she come and she conquer and she rule and she this and she that and she reign and she take. Look at her, Jamaica. I mean, you remember what they said to us? I have a next project for sure. No? Tell me if this is not nice, Jamaica. Look at my dress from Lady Premier. Look at that nice sunshine dress there. Come on, man. Come on, come on. Come on, Jamaica. Tell me if she's not nice for 70. Yes, Bolo. The photographer is my photographer, Gerald Gordon. The designers are myself and Simone from TNT Fashion. All that are my dress too again, you know, the purple with the sugarcane coat. This is from TNT's Fashion. I could say happy birthday to her. You can't time this song.
I'm telling you, we're living in a country that have two distinct societies. And the majority of Jamaica lived in a state of oppression.
Mm-hmm.
Oppression both from criminality as well as the state's response to the criminality. And D.S.D. Mackenzie made a statement today, which we fully endorse as a women's movement, in that this crime reduction or murder reduction that we are enjoying now in Jamaica, murdered by regular citizens, is not sustainable if we don't have trust in the police force.
Mm-hmm.
And when the Prime Minister made a statement 3 times, not once, but 3 times last year, that criminals will meet a judge or their maker.
Mm-hmm.
And when there are cases, and I'm saying there are cases because it is not every case.
Yes.
But when there are cases where a police officer believes that it is their job to cause another Jamaican to meet their maker as a response to their level of criminality, we are in trouble as a country.
True.
We're in trouble. So we cannot build a healthy society on fear, on lack of trust, and we already have trust issues between government and the people.
Yes.
Trust issues as to whether they will deliver on the services promised. Trust issues as to whether they will not take what is not theirs from the government coffers that politicians or members of the government will not take. There are trust issues as to whether the government really has their concerns at heart. And no, they are significant. We've always had trust issues with the police. Worked hard on repairing them. And now we are in a state where we are destroying it again.
I think it's the worst. It is the worst we have ever seen it.
It is, in fact, in the last 15 years, when I looked at the numbers, the highest number of fatal police shootings that the country has experienced. Prior to this last 3-year period, where it climbed from just under 100 to over 300 last year, and now we are at 127.
127 or 135?
135, you're correct. Because at different date, I saw a report yesterday, 131 yesterday, and 4 more were killed after that. All right? 135.
Auntie Pat, as a woman, I'm not even giving you your political hat today, right? As a woman, you watch that video of what the police did to Latoya Bulgin.
Yeah.
You see he shot her.
Yeah.
You saw where he took her out of the vehicle and threw her body, her lifeless body in the vehicle. Auntie Pat, when did Jamaica become this?
Well, and that's, it's like a major reversion. It feels like, when you watch a movie on TV about colonialism and slavery and about South Africa and how them treat black people.
The apartheid.
State of apartheid. I feel like we're in that space. It feels like that when you watch a video like that. When I watch a video that you just played, I saw it last night and then you played it again today. I was trying to find it back. With the lady lying down on her brother.
Trying to situate that her brother is not murdered by the police.
Right, because he was apparently shot. It looked that way in the video, I don't know. And bleeding, because I hear somebody saying he's bleeding, but he's not dead. Trying to make sure him don't end up dead at the hospital. And then the police spray her in her face. There is no care. And I don't know if we understand the level of anger that this is causing in the communities that are impacted and now in the wider Jamaica. And that anger, we can only result in significant distrust and unruly behavior because you can't trust the state. If you can't trust the police, then what are you going to do? You're going to take matters into your own hands. You're going to try to find an alternative.
It is the remit of government to set policy within which operations operate. So if government, the parliament, or the ministry can institute the policy to the JCF to say no operation, if I was the Minister of National Security tomorrow morning, that was an instruction that I would give to the Commissioner of Police. And when the Commissioner of Police tell me that he doesn't have the equipment or the infrastructure, the first thing we ask him for is a budget for it.
Thank you.
And I will have to accept the responsibility as the minister
to go find the money.
The money. So that he can operate within the provisions of the policy that we as government institute. Because this cover about is not the operational responsibility of the minister, the prime minister. It's hogwash. Hogwash.
Thank you. Thank you.
Government set policy for how every authority within government
operates.
You name it.
But have
whether
you
it is the NWA, whether it's the NWC, whether it is NEPA, whichever agency of government, because the buck stops with the government of the day.
The buck stops with the Prime Minister. Have you realized that the Prime Minister, the Commissioner of Police, and the Security Minister have all been silent in the Latoya Bulgin's murder?
Their silence is deafening. Their silence is deafening. Is it that they are not concerned about this? Is it that they are not alarmed by it? Is it that it is business as usual? But what I'm curious about, and maybe you can help me, Andre, because you seem to know some things before other people know them. How did the FLA become aware that what was in the report?
Come here, Uncle Fix. Come here.
Tarnish their reputation to see.
Come here. Come here. Let me whisper to you and tell you, Uncle Fix. You know, say between me and you, I hear say such man and such lady look like them, and such group and such radio. You know, Uncle Fix, but. Me whisper to you after here. Me don't want to get myself in the defamation lawsuit.
You see what I'm curious about? I can't object to a report if I don't know what is it in
it. So how them know what in the report, Uncle Fix?
To object? No, I'm trying to reason that out.
It look like a pillar talk. It look like a pillar talk, though, Uncle Fix. That me deduce it to pillar talk. I must pillar talk. Must pillar talk.
I was just curious and I wonder if you know something that.
Well, you know I know, but I can't ball it out tonight, Uncle Fix.
I'm going to hold you to the promise to whisper. I will call you after the program is out or tomorrow. And you whisper and tell me why, because I'm curious.
You know if I'm going to want to whisper, me tell you. Come a farmer's market when me a come a Port Henderson son Saturday. And
what can go so?
When you come at the farmer's market, me will slip you one slip and say, Uncle Fix, read this. And me tell you how them get
I shall be a customer.
Nationwide News say there is a report that says that Jamaicans trust the police then.
What can go so?
Shows that Jamaicans believe respect for security forces can be restored. I wish Park Refusal and Nationwide News get this from. Which Park Refusal and Nationwide News get this from? Me tell you, so I'm going to try to start spin the narrative, you know, Jamaica. Which Papa and Cliff Hughes and Nation, that interview with Fix Jackson was a very good one. Wouldn't you agree, Jamaica? Wouldn't you agree, Courtney?
Of course.
That interview with Fix Jackson just now was a very good one. I want to ask Nationwide News, I wish the Lulu, Michelle call now, I ask the question. I wish the Lulu, because I must the Lulu. I Courtney. That is a the Lulu.
Yeah, I expect that from them.
Must the Lulu. I want Michelle no cuss no backside tonight. I know BBC. I must blue that give them that poll there. Good night. Hold on there, Michelle. Hold on, Lord Jesus. Lord God, what is spam me? Yes, Michelle, good night.
What I want to ask, Jamaicans really recall them history? Jamaicans, who like me, who don't remember say in 1980 under Edward Seaga, within the Jamaica Constabulary Force was created a unit called the Eradication Squad. You remember? And do you remember that when that squad was formed, it was formed according to Mr. Seaga as an answer to violent crimes in Jamaica?
Me never know. Me never born yet, Michelle. Me born 1991, years after. Echo shot.
Remember, the Eradication Squad turned on the people, just like how the police them are turned on the people now. And what happened? It took human rights organizations worldwide to give an outcry for the cold-blooded murders by the eradication squad towards Jamaicans, that it was disbanded. Me tell you say, Andrew Holness is playing by Edward Siaga's playbook.
Yes.
This is not new. This is not new. My question is this, and sometimes when me talk, people say me controversial, but me just start my mind.
Talk your mind, me young girl. Talk your mind.
If history is repeating itself, at what point is the People's National Party going to realize that history is repeating itself?
Well, as a political historian you're giving them context.
Everyone in the PNP should have been prepared for this. When they heard Andrew come out and said the police to shoot people meet the judge or meet the maker, however it go, and then hear Horace Chang say the police them no need body armor. And when I heard Mr. Jackson said a while ago that it is not the police from the areas who are doing the damage, what is that telling Jamaicans? Isn't that telling everybody that there is a system within the system that is a part of the system?
Yes, true.
It makes sense. So how can the PNP, excuse me, but as some talk when me talk my mind, and if me forget backlash, me get it. So how can the PNP, for want of a better word, be so complacent about this when it is clear that history is repeating itself once again? Because the moment Andrew said, sorry, judge or meet the maker, the same thing Siaga did say. Or is it that all of the persons, sorry, who were around then, all know, and them not remember? Me want to ask Cliff a question. Before me ask Cliff the question, let me just say this real quick. You say all of Jamaicans at home and abroad, especially the woman was sick and lay down on her bed and I pray for dead every day. You see when you now put up picture, she same one. You see when you now put up picture of Lataya and her woman. You see when you now call the girl a bull this and a that and on the door of the facts. Let me tell you something. Lataya stood up for a child that was murdered by the police. That is why she lose her life. Uno not stand up for no justice for nobody. Uno only come on social media and run on a stinking mouth and sit down. When me see una all come for Andre. Me see una all come for Andre. When did one of you ever take up a pen and write a letter to the Gleaner or the Observer or call in on a radio program and said, I do not like what is taking place in my country. But you know want to come out and demonize a woman who stood up for a child that was murdered by the police? Una some dirty drunk crowd. That's why when God have beat some of uno, nobody enough to say nothing, because here it is no one take the woman's sexual life and demonize her. Enough for una walk and take people man 24/7 and don't see that. Leave the girl personal life alone. She was murdered in cold blood. Way more than that you no want.
It was her nephew.
Alone.
It was her nephew. It was her nephew.
I never even know that.
It was her nephew. Tajay was her nephew.
Some of them a chat about she run over. Shut on her backside and get the facts before no come on social media. Come run on a stinking mouth. The girl was marked by the police. At least una chat all kind of shit about Andre. At least Andre stand for something. At least Andre come out and try make a difference. What is the bloody difference una try make more than on the on social media chat a bag of shit? That's why Jamaica will never be better.
I hear between me and you, Michelle.
Never be better.
Between me and you, I spoke about the influencers like Miss Kitty and the rest of them, who have been deliberately silent on the matters affecting women and children and people in this country. And one of them run out for me. I don't know her name and I'm not going to give her any relevance. But I'm going to
I
say
need
this
to
to you.
know her name. Not give her no relevance for your program.
I want to say this to all of them. There's one thing that separates me from many of these people out there is that I speak truth. Many of you will not like me for speaking truth, but you see, Jamaica, the ancestors guide me and my God from above guide me and my conscience sets me free. You see, at the end of the day, Jamaica, what set me free is that poor people in this country can depend on me to speak on their behalf. Uptown people can depend on me to speak on their behalf. The privileged Jamaicans who want to speak for me can depend on their behalf. So when they come after me, remember, Jamaica, I am not afraid by the naysayers and those who come and attack me because I speak true. I'm going to call on them again. I'm going to call on Kitty again.
For nothing. Call on them, yes. Call on them, yes. Because Mr. Kitty, she did come out for Rosalie and whoever who they on TikTok and the things. You have every right to call them name. Because I fit them name you for call. Because at them say them they on platform. At them say them a big thing in Jamaica. So if not their name that you are calling, whose name are you supposed to call? You see, this is a problem. It is always the Jamaican them who not serve no purpose, who not stand for nothing, who feel like them have the loudest voice. But make I tell you something, Andre, don't look on the drunk or them, because some of them can't even write a proper sentence. You are doing all of them were chat. When you did a run up and down after Melissa, when the dirty government sit down and forget about the people them, where were these people who were talking? Where them did that? Where one did that? And I don't care which drunker one come out for me tomorrow, man, because at the end of the day, who not up on my level. And me stop arguing with people when they're on my level. Let me go to Cliff now. Cliff, you know what you need to do? You know what you need to do, Cliff? You need to go to some deep country area.
Today I see my exercise. Today me see my exercise.
You see the roots them where the old time people used to collect for give people wash out. You need to go take a good wash out, because I saw no come out and a lie. I want to this and that for distract from the matters at hand. Because now you try spin because you get a lick back because you come out and say it was murder. And because the dirty labor right them now I cuss out your nastiness, you go come and try the trap. You don't stand for nothing. Cliff, you need to go and learn about the rules and guidelines that govern how a journalist should operate. Uno not ready yet. Uno not ready yet. Continue, Andre. We will talk some more.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. The chicken normally starts as baby chicks, and over a 6 weeks period they grow, and after 6 weeks they are ready to be what? Slaughtered. You heard that? So you carry them to the slaughterhouse, and I'll show you when we're leaving the farm how we operate the slaughterhouse. Okay? Are you learning? All right, are you ready now? So this is the chicken coop, right? This is where we have the chickens. Come if you want to see. Orderly. Who wants to pee? Me. No, not like that. Not like that. Gently. Gently. Just squeeze it. Look at there. No, stay.
The people, the kids, them a pick off the lettuce. Who not smell it? A good lettuce, you know, can't smell it. A good lettuce, man, it now do them a thing. I can promise it, now do them nothing. Show it again, show the lettuce part again.
Who wants to pee? Me. No, not like that. Not like that. Gently. Gently. Just squeeze it. Look at there. No, stay.
Yes. So he's not just a teacher to you, he's also a teacher to the younger ones. In his element, on his farm, teaching the students about farming. Thank you for calling Midday Connections. Afternoon.
Afternoon, Ishmael. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Good afternoon to you, all your audience, all those who are listening. Ishmael, you know, the conclusion that I have come to, and it is not just physical, it is spiritual.
Yes.
Is one person is the danger to every Jamaican citizen, local and international. You know who that is?
Tell me. Call him name.
Glassford Brown. Glassford Brown.
Why is it?
Let me tell you. Glassford Brown, the director of elections, he is the danger to every citizen in Jamaica, local and international. Let me tell you.
Tell me why.
Until this day, we are not clear who won the local election. And this general election, which was held in September 3rd, the people of Jamaica has spoken on Mark Golding's behalf. The election was concluded by Glassford Brown, not by the Jamaican people. He is the danger in Jamaica that Jamaicans need to take a look at. Andrew can do whatever he wants because Glassford Brown give him the mandate, not the Jamaican people.
Hold on the caller. Me want you start from top again because of you are onto something. Start again, man.
Let me start again. To one person in Jamaica is a danger to every citizen, local and international, and is Glassford Brown, the director.
Producer, find him picture there. Glassford Brown. Find him picture. Continue.
The Jamaican people have spoken in the local election and they have spoken in the general election. And he's the only danger. Andrew can do anything he wants. He and his 34 millions. They can do what they want because Glassford Brown has taken the people's choice and give the mandate to Andrew Holness.
Wow.
That is what is happening. That is what is happening in Jamaica.
Wow.
And until Mark Golding take up in binacles and start to look upon Glassford Brown, the next election, he will go ahead and do the same thing. Look at what is happening look at what happened in the last election. The JLP was not concerned about certain things, They were just coming out and talking stuff out of their mouth because they can talk and try to convince one and two people. But they weren't deterred by anything because they knew exactly what they had planned and put together. He's the only danger to Jamaica. Glassford Brown.
So you're saying that our anger is misplaced?
Our anger is misplaced. Listen to me. The Jamaican people came out and the PNP won 14 more brand new seats. Apart from what we can obviously see, they stole a couple seats. They recount and they commit their nonsense. Go back to the recount one and add them to the 14 and see what would have happened. Jamaican people, they have spoken. They have spoken and they have spoken loud and clear. That is where the danger lies, right in the lap of Glassford Brown. And Mark going to take out in binacles and start do a survey.
So what is your suggestion? What is your suggestion now? Given that we have identified the perpetrator, what is your suggestion?
He must be investigated and be removed. And if they have to get international help to investigate him, it must be done. And he must be removed. He is the sore eye. He is the sore eye, sore point, instruction, any word you want to use to the people of Jamaica. The people of Jamaica have already spoken.
Oh my God.
Look at it. They have already spoken and they have spoken clearly.
Everyone in the comments agree with you. Every single one.
Of course.
Everybody is agreeing with you.
I am not just talking from a physical point. I'm talking from a spiritual point. I'm a very spiritual person. And when certain things occur, I go to God and talk to God about it. I may not get the answer immediately, but as life goes by, He will just struck me with the answer and say, this is what happened.
Yes.
What happened?
Thank you.
And I have prayed about it for a while, and I thought about it. I said, no way. This man could never win this election at this period of time. Physically, you see it. Spiritually, you see it. One danger. One single person hold the key.
Yes.
To what happened.
Yes. Thank you,
One
Carla.
single person. And they know. I don't even remember, you know. I don't remember. Andre had a program. I don't remember what date because I love to write down, but somehow I forgot that date. And I heard Andre say that Glassport Brown wife said she has never seen so much money in her account.
I remember. Yes. Producer, yes, I true.
Ball out! Whoa, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament.
Yeah, that. Ishmael, keep the fire burning because pride goeth before a fall.
That is so true.
Have a wonderful day. Keep the fire burning. Keep cover yourself under the blood. Ask for prayer mothers and prayer fathers to cover under the blood because this is not an ordinary fight, but a one single person for Jamaican people to ransom. Have a wonderful day.
Almighty God, Glassport Brown, what have you done?
Help. We hear the
We need your divine intervention.
You watched the Fix podcast, Shaquille and Noel, when Nikisha came after the Speaker of the House and says that she's basically a controlling freak as somebody who's basically attempting to control her husband.
I think it was wrong for her to say that. I think she shouldn't have said that. I think when it comes to listen, I realize that the Right Honourable Madam Speaker is probably not the most popular on a platform like this.
But she kind of have a point still. She looked like a woman.
I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it, and I believe that we shouldn't go to the gutter when it comes to politics. Let's disagree.
Why? I want to hear why, Noel, and I also want you to explain why you consider it gutter. Tell me what was disrespectful in what was.
Because it's her personal life. You don't need to say that if she looks like the kind of person who would be a control freak. I mean, listen, I've said it before, right? Madam Speaker brings a certain energy to the proceedings. She is a little bit overpowering, but if you guys see what the speakers are in the United Kingdom Parliament, you will realize that she's pretty tame. She's pretty chilled compared to elsewhere.
We're not going on British culture tonight. We're not going on British culture. We are keeping the Jamaican culture tonight. She's the most huggish speaker Jamaica's ever had.
No, but Andre, I think Noel is being very unfair because in British Parliament,
I didn't even finish my point. I didn't even finish my point.
Fairness, Noel. Oh, okay.
I didn't finish my point. The point that I'm making, right, is that I don't believe.
Me not like it. You know something like you every other part of the show except that part.
No, let him talk, Andre. No, it's only fair. It's only fair to let him speak. Let him speak.
Talk, my friend. You know them can't beat you because I'm gonna be the same Rottweiler for this thing, you.
So here's the thing. When it comes to, it's like, for example, I work with certain colleagues, right? And I will say, hey, excuse me, can you not do that whilst I'm in the workplace? But I'm not going to leave the workplace and say, oh, he's a control freak. He looks like the kind of person that's going to beat up his wife. But no. You're a professional. Here's the thing. She has a job to do. And as a member of parliament, you have a role. And your role is to, and I get it. The Madam Speaker does not make the environment easy for these opposition MPs in particular to highlight the issues that they want to speak about. I just think it's a distasteful thing. I think the rhetoric and taking it outside of politics, going on a podcast, talking about that, I think it's wrong. I think all she needed to say was that, you know what? She's a tricky one, isn't she? She's a little bit overpowering, but, I'm just as
But
I've got
no,
just as much
Noel,
energy. I want to match the energy. You don't need to get personal and mention her husband.
and a
to say that
personal.
she is.
When Nikisha tell Jamaica is where everybody attack pan them veranda. Allow me to tell Shaquille. Everybody attack it pan them veranda. Nikisha just come a verbal diarrhea and talk it public. Everybody attack. Say it look like she man angler man. Everybody in a Jamaica attack. Even in a diaspora. So when Nikisha come talk about a peep, Noel, even your grandmother say, me not ask Christ.
Here's the thing. Listen, Andre, they're allowed to say they're not a member of parliament who, listen, I'm not going to be a hypocrite tonight, and people can say, oh, you know, wholeness is paying you or whatever, whoever is paying me. The point that I'm trying to make, right, is that politicians have a responsibility and a duty, right? Creating a narrative that this woman controls her husband because she's a strong woman in a very male-dominant, politics is male-dominated. The men outnumber the women inside, inside that parliament hall, right? She's in a position, whether you like it or not, whether it's morally ethical or not, she's in a position where she feels like most women who get to the top and become CEOs, they have to be tough and they have to stand on business. Is she, and I will say it again, is she a bit too rough with the opposition? Yes, she's a bit too rough. That's it.
But
so no, you know, think should not come off as one of them woman the way when she hold it, she shake you up.
Andre, before you even respond, I just have to add, no, there's an absolute difference with having a boss that's very stern, assertive, and bossy, and having a boss that is unethical, that uses their power of being the boss,
Marshall,
the rules,
Marshall,
bend the rules,
Marshall,
twist the rules,
Marshall,
to produce
Angela Brownback,
results.
Angela Brownback.
When you can say,
Marshall,
my boss is overpowering and controlling, because your boss is overpowering and controlling, and then you can say, you know, that this boss is just genuinely a bad person, because the reality is, no, the boss is a bad person. It's not office gossip if it's true. So you're painting this picture that Juliet is being fair and balanced, but because she's stern and assertive in upholding the rules of Parliament, Nikisha should not have said this. That's not the truth about Juliet's wholeness. Yes, she's stern. Yes, she's assertive. But the reality is she's unfair. She's biased. She's controlling. So a member of Parliament going on a platform and telling the truth and using an analogy.
It's opinion. It's not the truth. It's an opinion.
Noel, that is not.
It's an opinion. It's not the truth.
No, but
let's be responsible. It's an opinion.
No, but the thing is, Noel, if you operate as how the description
should be like a controlling freak.
If in Parliament your behavior is that of a controlling wife or a controlling mother or what have you, and somebody says it is the truth, Noel. You can't be offended by the truth. The truth may offend.
The truth is an offense,
but it's not a sin. That's just the reality. But the truth is the truth, Noel. No lies were told.
I bet any amount of cash, if I was to swipe the screen right now and look at the chat, are you going to tell me what the people are saying in the chat?
Them say I live right.
Stop it. Yeah, exactly. I knew it. So here's the thing. I'm not going to stand down on my opinion. My opinion is that I am a big believer in using, when we get into powerful positions, right, and roles that are important, you need to understand when you're representing, you are a face of your constituency, representing thousands of people. You go and sit in that parliamentary hall, and not through that isn't something that's passed down because your grandfather was a lord or the governor general. No. The people put you there. Outside of there, you are still required to behave with decorum. And if you're going to have an opinion, and listen, I don't want anyone to think I'm trying to muzzle Nikisha, because I said it before. Nikisha is a future prime minister, very talented young woman. Repeat that. She's a future prime minister. She's a very, very talented young woman. I think she has a lot of potential.
Wow.
But all I'm trying to
say. So you have the eye to identify prime ministers.
Well,
no,
I mean,
no. You have the eye to identify prime ministers.
Kind of spent a little bit of time covering world politics and know how people maneuver and I think her profile is on the rise, right? She is, you know, she's a new member. She's a new. Listen, but for context, if people don't know, I
might have to give you the hallelujah. Mind you make some of them give Nikisha big foot before she reach which part she need to reach.
So here's the thing, Andre.
No, well. So you saying Nikisha is a rising star in the PNP to become the leader of the party one day?
So here's the thing, for context and the people who don't know.
Hey, mind the
for people who don't know, Andre.
Hey, mind you make them. Mind me ear in my ear. Me have black spot here, Courtney.
So Andre, for people who don't know, I met Nikisha 4.5 years ago when I initially met you the first time.
Yes,
and
you
Nikisha
did.
back then was a communications press secretary for Mark Golding, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the thing that struck me about Nikisha at the time when I met her was that she was down to earth, she was nice, and she was approachable. And I looked at her and I kind of said, you know what, I'm going to keep in touch with you. So when Hurricane Melissa happened and I reached out to her and she was the MP, I realized that the same person who I met years ago was the same person she was becoming a member of parliament. So I'm kind of just, I wouldn't say I'm biased. I mean, people may think I'm biased, but I'm just passing this judgment on the basis, right, that when you are in position of power, whether you're an MP, a councillor, you have to remember that you are a representative of your brand, and whatever you do and say, people will mimic that. All I'm saying is that your opinion that she controls her husband, that's not a fact. Let's not be irresponsible tonight. That's an opinion, okay? And she's entitled to that opinion. Would I, as her press secretary or comms director, had advised her to say that? Hell to the no. Because
what would you? Because you're a communications expert and a seasoned journalist. How many years you have been doing journalism? Almost 20 or probably more.
So 16 years. 16 years this year, right?
What would you have with the same controlling argument? How would you position that Juliet Holdens is a controlling freak without mentioning her husband?
I would have framed it in the sense where I would use, if I was Nikisha, I would have used the position to say there are few of us in this parliament, in that house, right? She's a female. So I make reference to the gender imbalance. That's first and foremost. The second point I would make is that the speaker has a tough job. She's in an awkward position where her husband is technically
tough. That is why she should have never did there, because it is a major conflict of interest. Because when pillow talk and bedroom talk come in at the parliament, you know, you should have deal with her maneuver husband, my dear. What is your position, Madam Speaker, Mr. Prime Minister? And you could appeal attack and bedroom business that you know. Coming to the nation parliament, you know.
Andre, if I can ask Noel a question. It's just a simple question, Noel. You're a member of parliament, and here you have a Speaker of the House who
continuously torment you
time and time again, or tries to deprive you of your privilege to represent your constituents who elected you to the House. And you recognize by doing whatever research you did that the tendencies that she demonstrates line up perfectly with women who actually behave the sort of way Nikisha would have outlined in their households. And you're on a show. Hold on.
You must stop there. You're not a psychologist, and Nikisha is not a psychologist. You can't be doing that.
No, if it walks like a duck and it quacks like a duck,
it's surely
a duck. I don't need to take up the duck and bring it to a vet who studied.
Ball out! Whoa! Yo.
It's surely a duck, Shaki.
I really don't get your point, Noel. If the behavior is spot on, are you saying, this is what I'm asking you now, are you saying because Nikisha is now a member of parliament, her honesty should now be diluted to be political, to now refuse to actually tell the truth and to say this? Because that's what you're saying, you basically said MP should be honest. But no, you're saying she can't be honest
I
because she's an
believe
MP.
He's saying she can be honest, but she must be tactful.
Tactic,
But
yeah.
she's not
I think
honest then.
strategic.
So
Listen,
I want to ask you a question.
I see.
A few years from now, when I'm sitting as a member of parliament, you're going to tell me, so when me I go talk the truth for Jamaican people, me I must always have tact?
I would advise you, Andre, that rhetoric, we're living in a time and age where if you look at the United States, there are people who are going out with weapons and trying to assassinate and hurt politicians because they are saying things that they don't like. All I'm saying at the moment, right, is that we're in this really tense environment where people's lives are being turned upside down. I don't honestly believe, and please excuse my French, that most people on this tonight will give a flying flamingo about the fact that Nikisha Burchell reckons that Juliet Holness, is wearing the trousers in her relationship with the Prime Minister, the Dr. Right Honourable Andrew Holness, right? I think what people care about is the issues plaguing their communities, plaguing the country. All I'm saying essentially is that you've got to find ways to ensure that you don't internalize, because watching Nikisha say that, for me, it was just like, Nikisha, she's affecting you. You're making her get to you. So that's what I'm trying to say. She's got to, and listen, Nikisha, she's a first-term MP. She's a new MP, so she's probably still finding her feet. She wants to be honest. She wants to be authentic. She want to connect with people. But I think sometimes when it comes to certain things, right? I would have said, if it was criticism, you scrutinize the Prime Minister, leave the wife out of it. I feel like she, getting the wife involved. Not 1 second. Let me finish. You're not a trained psychologist. You're not a trained medical expert.
But he's a political.
No, she is not a wife at home doing wife duties. She's being paid by taxpayers. She's a public figure who is open to public scrutiny. Nobody is going to look at Juliet and say, I'm not going to scrutinize you because you're the wife of the Prime Minister.
No. I'm saying strategically, strategically, you can pass criticism, but I'm saying, why waste energy on her when you can waste the energy on the Prime Minister and all the crap that's happening in the country?
It's not the Prime Minister that's preventing certain things from being tabling in Parliament, Noel.
Like, for instance,
Speaker of the House.
Like the Speaker of the House.
Right.
Isn't the Speaker of the House blocking?
I am not going to take on Andrew Holness because he's a man. That's not, and what you're telling me, Noel, you're being biased. You're actually being sexist.
You're putting words in my mouth. You're putting words in my mouth.
You're saying because
you're putting words in my mouth.
Calm down.
You're saying he's the one I should go after because he's the man. No. The action was taken by his wife, who happens to be a female, but who is also Speaker of the House, who is preventing the tabling of important reports, all in an effort to not embarrass the government. I am not going to be a hypocrite and say, Andrew, table the reports when I know Andrew does not have the power to do it. It is Juliet Holness. I am going to go after Juliet Holness. We have to hold the people who are accountable, Noel. We're not going to play the gender card around here. Come on, man. It's a weak argument.
So here's the thing. I didn't actually, I think you've included the gender card, and I think you twisted what I said.
Wait. What are you guys sipping on tonight watching this program? Are you having some nice red wine, or are you having a nice beer or a red stripe beer? Or where are you sitting tonight listening to the voices of reasons? Jamaica. Tonight, myself, Noel Phillips, and Shaquille Ramsey is here having a discussion. I hope it's not water I'm drinking, especially the water that the parliamentarians drinking. But we're here, Jamaica, having a good time and having a solid. Somebody said they might drink ginger tea. Mighty God, away to full up of gas. Yes, Noel. Bigger soda. I want that orange. All right, comrade. What is that you're saying now, comrade? You make us say comrade Noel. No, he's not a comrade. He's an independent journalist.
No, I'm not. So here's the thing, right? I'm gonna contextualize this and make it really simple for people to understand, right? Words from politicians carry weight. They shape public attitudes, influence behavior, and send, signals about what society is prepared to tolerate. If we're going to personalize this woman's life and say, oh, she's a control freak, she controls her husband because she's got a hard, because she's got because she whips the parliamentarians in shape and she likes to be in control in parliament, then I feel like that's taking it personal. If there's one thing that I've learned, Andre, right, in working in this field, working in some of the most volatile environments, in some of the most volatile, not just work environments or newsrooms, but outside environments where you're going to places and you're meeting people who are racist, people who are holding guns in your face, is that remember you are an ambassador for what you do, right? And instead of you go stooping low when they go low, you go higher and show them, actually, Madam Speaker, your behavior is diabolical. The way you conduct proceedings is questionable. But what I'm not going to do is that I'm not going to throw cheap shots and jabs at you because your husband happens to be the prime minister, and that is easy for me to highlight. Is she a control freak? We're not psychologists. None of us here have the ability to determine whether or not Madam Speaker is a control freak. What we can say is that in our opinion, from what we perceived, having watched her, is that she's very controlling of proceedings in the parliament, right? When we,
I think we need to, I want us to move on from this issue, because the truth is, you hold your opinion, Shaquille hold your opinion, and the old lady hold their opinion, and I certainly have my opinion. But the truth is, I will say this as I open the argument. What Nikisha Burchell said is what a lot of people on their verandas are saying. Over them tea, over them ginger beer, and over them ginger tea. But the truth be told, to each his own. Shaquille made a point that the speaker is basically limiting the opportunity for Jamaicans to have access to reports like the FLA report. Noel, are you aware that the FLA has a major audit that I hear is damning? And the FLA is trying to block it through the court? How can that be? How can that be? Why is the speaker not putting in the FLA? It's 51 days late for the report to be tabled. Listen to what Mark Golding said today, and then we have a discussion.
Dear Madam Speaker and Mr. President, I am sending you a memorandum of today's date prepared by the Honorable Michael Hilton, KC, on the captioned matter. Please see the attached. Having now shared with you the benefit of this clarification of the legal position by eminent senior counsel, I trust that the Integrity Commission's investigative report on the Firearm Licensing Authority will be tabled at the next sittings of the House of Representatives and of the Senate, respectively. If not, I intend to instruct legal counsel to file proceedings as advised in the memorandum. Sincerely, Mark Golding, MP, Leader of the Opposition.
So Mark Golding is taking the matter to court. Shaquille, give context as to why this now is where it is.
It goes back to what we were saying earlier. We simply have a Speaker of the House that takes her job a little bit too serious when it comes down to party lines.
Yes.
We understand the reality that the party with the majority selects the Speaker. And innately, there's an expectation that the Speaker is going to toe the party line. But when you have serious cases like these, where you have a state agency having where a report was conducted by another state mandated agency, revealing whatever the report stated, that you recognize as Speaker, because you got it before it is to be released to the rest of the House. So you definitely read it before, and you recognize that, okay, it's damning. It will affect the optics of the party, the image of the party and the government and the administration. And you decide to walk back from tradition, from convention, from from basically just house procedure when it comes on to tabling reports like these. All of a sudden, there are different reasons, different excuses. When you see a case like this, it's clear as day now that there is a political objective and there is a definite strategy to prevent the report from being tabled.
Yes.
And we know the Prime Minister we are dealing with. Had this report had something to prove that the government is being transparent and efficient and all of that, they would have tabled the report a long time. If the report did have something for them to look good, it would have been tabled already.
Thank you.
Because they know what the report entails and how it affects
The last
their
FLA
image.
report, was a disgrace, Noel. It literally showed up the entire corrupt ecosystem of Andrew Holness. And
Wasn't it the one that got Robert Montague removed from the ministry?
Yes, because of the serious allegations of the interference of the Minister of National Security in granting gun licenses.
They know where they're hiding it. And so when you have
all criminal did I get gun, Noel. All criminal known gunman I get gun. People are paid for gun and just walk in go get gun. They were nefarious activities. The report is the last one was 4 years. 4 years. And I want to ask you, Noel, how the FLA knows them should have blocked the report from going? What them know in the report that the public don't know in the report? So it means that the report is compromised.
Yeah. So this is a known tactic, right? When government agencies
a known tactic by this speaker. She has been speaker almost 2.5 years now. And every time there's a damning report to come out, it's the same thing when them did have the 28 bank account for come out against her husband. She delay the report. Delay to a point of no existence, no coming back. She's known as the delayed speaker.
So here's the thing. We can scrutinize her. This is something for us to scrutinize now, right? And leave the control freak out of it. So
it's worse than SSL scandal me here in Shaquille and Noel. Hey, Mashatai. Yes!
Hold up. I want to hear Noel's explanation on
she's an obstructionist.
I think he's even having a problem trying to justify this one. Let me hear it. Let me hear explanation, Noel.
Noel, away at your eyes.
So here's the thing. The government right now, I believe, from my perspective, are facing a crisis of trust in Jamaica. And that trust, whether it's to do with public safety, policing,
the money for
Melissa, the aftermath of the hurricane, or when it comes to accountability. So trust is earned through transparency, right? And if there is a reluctance at the very top of these institutions to be transparent, then you know what that means, right, Andre? We're going to have a system where in years from now, if JLP were to leave government and PMP comes in, or JLP gets another term in government, they're going to have an issue where people don't trust institutions. Where if this approach continues, where there is this constant heavy-handed iron fist ruling, we're going to say what's right, we do when we what we do, what we want to do when we want to do, and not operate within the realm of the people and in the interest of the public, then I think ultimately down the line there's just going to be a crisis that is beyond repairable. So this report, for example, right, the speaker, and I'm sure the government and the agencies who this report is focused on will no doubt be thinking, okay, let's try and get it out at a time when we have a lot less going on, a lot less crises or something, or we can't put it out and then amplify the many things that we have, the many issues that we have, right? But that's not how governments operate. That's not how things should be. It should be if the report's there and the report's going to be critical of these institutions or the department, or if there were firearms being handing out, because, you know, Andre down the road knows Winston, and Winston is the superintendent of the local police station, and Winston's going to vouch for Andre in order to help him get his license. Then we need to know about that, and the system needs to be fixed to ensure that weapons aren't falling into the hands of people who don't deserve them. That's it. Simple.
Andre, I have a concern in regards to Noel.
Dre Brian, someone must tell us a time come, Noel, time come.
What does that mean?
Time for you to become a known comrade.
My issue with you, Noel, and I have to point it out, is that every time you speak about what's happening in Parliament, you use a few words: heavy-handed, strong, at even some points controlling. You literally use all the words that could be used to define a control freak. But yet you're saying a sitting member of Parliament cannot call the Speaker of the House a control freak. When you've
no, that's different. She's referred to her husband. Yeah, but she's involved her husband. I think you can say, hey, Speaker, you are being controlling over the release of government files, which are not your personal property. However, when you're going to take it personal and get into the bedroom and into their marriage to say she's the one who's wearing the trousers in the relationship, that's off limits.
That's not what was said.
I know, but
we have to use context.
I know, but
basically, she just simply said that the Speaker behaves like a woman that controls her husband. And based on the description you're giving, but the reality is, if we're using honest description, based on the description that even you used, would have allowed anyone to deduce that that's the behavior of a person. So what I'm trying to ascertain, Noel, are you saying that by virtue of being a parliamentarian, you can no longer be honest if it is seen as vulgar or too blunt? That's all I'm trying to ascertain, you know.
So here's the thing, and this isn't. I feel like this is not a hard thing, right?
No, because I'm trying to understand if you're saying that I enter Parliament now, I become a member of Parliament, and Juliet is still Speaker. All
I'm saying, hold on,
Noel, and based on my interactions with Juliet, I believe that if I should maybe come to her too strong with a point, she might talk me in my face. And I decide to go on an interview and say, I believe that the Speaker of the House is somebody who would have thumped me in my face. Are you saying I have a responsibility based on the fact that she's a fellow member of Parliament? I should not go in the public domain and make such bold statements as to how I feel based on your actions.
It's the context. It's certainly the context for sure.
If you would be willing to go out to do that, I don't believe you should be an MP or ever enter Parliament. What I think you're failing to understand.
No, so you're saying I should not. No.
What you're failing to understand is that
because you're basically saying because I become
matter.
a member of Parliament, I have a responsibility to protect the dignity of members of Parliament who really and truly the Jamaican public has a right to know how they actually operate behind the scenes. So if I enter the House and I recognize that this MP has no good character, no good standing, and I decide to bring it to the public, you're saying I should not do so because as a member of Parliament, I should safeguard the privacy and dignity of this member. So I should not have said anything to the public, no? No, that's all
I honestly believe. I honestly believe that Maureen, Donna, Sandra in St. James, Kingston, and St. Elizabeth don't care about your opinions or don't care about Nikisha's opinions. It ain't gonna make the sweet pepper that they're buying tomorrow morning any cheaper. It ain't gonna make their quality of life any better, so they don't care, right? So all I'm saying at the end of the day is that when you get into public office and you have roles, you can decide. Listen, it just depends on the kind of person you are, right? So here's the thing. I sat down with Mark Golding, when was it? Earlier this week, and I had an interview with Mark Golding, guys, right? And can I mention it, Andre? Am I allowed to mention it quickly?
Sure.
So we have a big documentary that we're releasing next Thursday. Your honourable Mr. Stevens is featured in it. Mark Golding is featured. Dayton Campbell is featured, and a few other people. And we are marking 6 months of Hurricane Melissa. And listen, in that documentary, you guys are going to have the opportunity to watch it. And I've never seen Mark Golding and Dayton speak so openly and condemn the Prime Minister and the government in the way that they have in that documentary. It is really, really compelling stuff, right? And they decided to use that interview. They didn't get personal, by the way. Didn't get personal. Everything that they said, they substantiated with facts. And I think when people watch it, you'll take away and you'll say to yourself, wow, is that how Jamaica is really treating the victims of Hurricane Melissa 6 months on? All I'm saying is, right, when politicians come out and they want to criticize other politicians, most people don't care. Like, most people care about, give me evidence and then back it up with, actually, she's a control freak, because one day I was walking down in the halls of Parliament and she got her bodyguards to go ahead of her and told me to step into a room so she can walk down. You can't then, we're not psychologists. We're not people here basing opinions on the basis
that. No, that's a thug. That's a totally different thing. Juliet is a control.
I think that's your opinion, right? That's your opinion. I'm not going to be biased and sit here because I'm not an expert. I've never interviewed her. I've never if I was to interview her, Andre, and then I can walk away and say, you know what, she's a control freak. I interviewed Dayton and Mark Golding earlier this week, and I walked away thinking there were two very dedicated, loyal public servants who care about their country first before politics. And they decided to speak the truth about their country first ahead of the politics. But and it's inevitable. Politics comes into all of these things sometimes, right? But I just think kill these people with scrutiny, but do it in a way where you maintain integrity. And don't stoop to the levels when she's stooping low. If her thing is that she's going to humiliate members of Parliament, yeah, you stand up and you match energy.
Well, Jamaica, this discussion will have to continue next week. Peter Gay will be here next week, hopefully, for us to have that kind of gender balance. But Noel and Shaquille have been at it for almost an hour. I love this kind of public commentary. There's no wrong and strong here. Don't say it's wrong and strong. It's yours. It's interpretation. It's your interpretation, and that is a conversation for public discourse and public debate. Where do you stand, Jamaica? Do you see her as a bully? Do you see her as a controlling freak? Do you see as somebody who really controls her husband at home? WhatsApp me and give me your perspective. It's very important, Jamaica. Come for your market back 3,000. So them a go here. Well, Sister Jenny, where you say 3,000? Get your pumpkin, your Irish, your cucumber, your scallion, your garlic. Put a garlic in every bag. Your tomato, your sweet pepper, your lettuce, your pop choy, your onion. 3,000 market bag. You get all your pumpkin night, everything 3,000. Every little thing in night. Right as Portmore and Port Henderson Mall. Step in at the store, no window, no door. Where's the Sister Jenny? Every little thing in the market bag. See there? It's full of things. Look there. Look there. Garlic, everything. $3,000. Everything in the market bag. Boil your soup out of this. Today we're there at Port Henderson Plaza. We're there till 4 o'clock this evening. I'm at Port Henderson, so they're right in front of Rapid True Value. Right in front of Rapid True Value. Come for the nice market. Come over here. Sweet pepper. Come over here. The thing we have. Right here. Just stop. Come away market. Good morning, Jamaica. We're right here at Port Henderson Plaza, right across from Rapid True Value. Come to your farmers market. We have carrot as low as $100, $150. We have pop chow, we have lettuce, we have scallion, we have tomato, we have red onion. We have the nice pumpkin, we have sweet pepper, sweet potato, everything. Nice. Stop here, me there right as until about 3 o'clock today.
Stop your Jamaica, come support the farmers market at Portland Little Plaza. Bless up 865-4587 or 426-2281. God is the greatest.
Yes, Jamaica, God is indeed the greatest. Step in at the store when I have no window or no door.
We're coming through. We're coming through. Reverse the curve. Send back the order. Reverse the curve. Send back the order. Where he come from? Anywhere he come from. If a Jamaica, if a Clarendon, if a St. Thomas he come from, St. Mary, okay. Send me back, send me back. We don't want to hear ya. Come out of Jamaica, leave we Highland, leave Jamaica, leave Jamaica. Me say leave Jamaica. We are gonna go Jamaica.